Hey guys, so I just spent the entire morning and part of the afternoon, it's only 2:30, watching Cobra Kai season 4. Oh my god, that the ending alone was amazing enough. But Cobra Kai takes what made, the Karate Kid movies so amazing and they improve on it. Like the choreography for the fight, like especially the last fight scenes during the tournament, some of the best choreography in the show. Um, it was so fucking amazing. Seeing return of characters that we wanted to see, plot twists and stuff like that. So spoiler alert. So Terry Silver returns, who people, if you don't remember, Terry Silver was the guy in Karate Kid 3. Daniel was kind of mad at Mr. Miyagi for not training him for the tournament. So he turned his attention to Terry Silver, who said he would train him. Terry sets up all these scenarios where Daniel starts to trust him. But he returns. He is also this fucking psychotic. The dude was a perfect villain. He was so psychotic, and he enjoyed it. Like there's a scene where Daniel's hitting the, like makeshift. It's got the wood on it. He's sitting there punching and he's like groaning in pain. And every time he does, they show Terry. He's behind the wall, and he's listening to Daniel punch, and and every time Daniel groans in pain, the guy laughs and smiles. He's such a great villain, but he's back, and he lives up to his last name, Silver. The guy is older now, so his hair is, well, silver. So there's that. Plot wise, they introduced a new plot line with Daniel's son Anthony and the new kid Kenny, where Anthony was kind of like bullying the new kid, and so the new kid Kenny joins Cobra Kai and all that. And I think it's going to be more of a setup for like season 5, because they didn't really explore too much of it in the season. I mean, they just kind of ended like, oh yeah, high school's next year, and you're going to be you're in a world of hurt or pain or whatever he said. So I think they're going to show Anthony learning karate. But most of it was just like the conflict and friction between Daniel and Johnny, the constantly butting heads over who has the right, martial arts, whether it's offense or defense. They're constantly just going at it. In the meantime, Kreese and Silver kind of take the whole Miyagi-Do and not only teach it to their students, but also their style as well, because it's like know your enemy kind of thing. The only way you can counter Miyagi-Do is if you know it. So you'll know what to look for, and you'll know their moves before they do it, kind of thing. And obviously the friction between kids, one beats up one kid, the other retaliates, and this back and forth. But it's still, I mean, it sounds so boring when you explain it like that, but when you watch it, it really is engaging, and I didn't want to look away from the screen, because it, like I said, this perfectly encapsulates what a franchise can be. It's like I said before, it takes everything you like about Karate Kid movies and amps that up. They go out of their way to like shit on woke bullshit. Like one of the girls is like, she introduces herself and she's like, my pronouns are she, her. And Johnny's like, the only pronouns we use here are sensei and student. It goes out of its. It doesn't really go out of its way to shit on wokeness, but I mean, especially with Johnny, he is like the most, unwoke person, and it's good. It's refreshing to not have shit shoved in your face like that. Where you have a bunch of Kool-Aid haired running around. Oh, I'm lesbian. I'm this. I'm that. And they tried to but you have Johnny Lawrence coming along who shits on all of that. He has no fucks to give. So it's very refreshing. He's such a fun character. All of them are great. Kreese being, John Kreese, he's still the same. Well, kind of. He kind of has a moment at the very end during the tournament. But same thing with Johnny and Daniel. Terry and John kind of have conflicting viewpoints, how to train the kids and all that. And during the tournament, there was then the new rule they added in the tournament where they have skills, that they have weapons and board breaking, not just fighting. There would also be a male and female division. So it comes down to the two females final battle. And so Terry says basically, cheat. You hit her eye, hit the other eye. She can't see, she can't fight. And John Kreese basically just says, you know what? Do whatever you want. Don't listen to us. Do what you want. And Terry didn't like that very much. So, but so the spoiler for the end, and it wasn't like a new character that we've never seen before, or a character that hasn't been reintroduced. We saw this character in the last season, and the episode was actually one of my favorites of that season, of last season. So Daniel is at Mr. Miyagi's tombstone in the cemetery, and he's talking about how he lived by Miyagi-Do, and he followed the rules, and he tried to give the students a choice to kind of find their own way, and he still lost. And he's saying how I need help and this and that, and then they pan because it's an up close shot, and then they pan away to show Chosen sitting there or standing there. Chosen is the guy from Karate Kid 2, the one who was like hell bent on like trying to kill Daniel. And in their fight, Daniel's got him there. He's like, live or die, man. And he's like, die. He's like, wrong answer. Honk, on his nose. But then the last season, Daniel goes to Okinawa, and he meets Kumiko there, and they're sitting in a little shop, and Chosen's there, and Chosen's just like the entire time just making it seem like he's his typical jerk self. But then they do like this like little, not training montage, but like a fight montage. They're fighting each other, and I guess you could say training. And Chosen gets Daniel in the very same position that he was in 30 something years ago. And he's like, I've waited a long time for this. And then onto with Daniel's nose, he starts laughing, and he's like, I'm cool. I was just fucking with you. I really don't have any grudges against you anymore, and I put my pride aside. We're cool. I just want to fuck with you. But yeah, he was like, I'm just fucking with you. And then he tells us that, or tells Daniel that, that after his loss and everything, he wanted to kill himself, and that he was, felt dishonored and disgraced, but his uncle was the one who kind of, hey, you have more to live for, and, this shouldn't determine your whole life. But now we see that Chosen has come to America to help Daniel out, probably build another dojo of some kind. and probably teach the kids more than what he knows, because there were things that Chosen was teaching Daniel that he'd never seen before. Like one of the most badass things was, Chosen focusing his, what they would consider energy, or, whatever it would be. And like he grabs Daniel's arm and just like boom, and his arm just goes poof. He hits his other shoulder and then poof, his other arm just goes completely numb. Kicks his leg gently, his leg goes numb. It was so badass. So to see Daniel and Chosen working together should be really, really cool. And hopefully season 5 comes out soon, because I re-subscribed to Netflix just to watch Cobra Kai. It is by far one of the best series on Netflix. If you are looking for a series that takes an established franchise and improves on it, Cobra Kai is it. At first, when it first came out, I was like, what? That sounds stupid. But then I watched the first couple of episodes. This was back when YouTube Red was, I think it was called, was still a thing. Because they had like the first episode or two free that you can watch, and then if you want to watch the rest, you have to pay. But yeah, I watched it. I was like, wow, this is really fucking good. And then it came on Netflix, and then I'm like, okay, every season I am going to watch it. And last season, I loved last season. This season was even better. Like each season just improves. The choreography improves, the character development improves, the fucking scenery improves. I mean, everything, it improves. So, I mean, I could give like a full, because it's not many episodes. It's like 10 episodes. But like I said, I just kind of wanted to sum up what it was basically about. The retaliation between all the dojos, and the conflict between not only Johnny and Daniel, but John Kreese and Silver. How they both, even though they're working together, Kreese and Silver at Cobra Kai, and Lawrence and Johnny and Daniel working together with them, they each have conflicting styles and methods of how to train the kids. So, and then the ending. So one of the guys, his nickname is Stingray, goes into Cobra Kai, and he gets his ass handed to him by Silver. They show him in the hospital, and we're like, okay. And then we see Silver and Kreese at, I'm guessing it's Silver's house, and they're about to enjoy some a toast, to the great victory. And then the cops show up, and arrest Kreese. Basically, Terry went to Stingray's hospital room and was like, yeah, if you want to be Cobra Kai, you can be Cobra Kai. You just got to do one thing for me. So when the detective asked Stingray who beat the shit out of him, he said John Kreese. So John Kreese is taken out of the picture right now. Silver is in charge of Cobra Kai. Not only one Cobra Kai, but multiple, because they plan on opening multiple dojos. We have this really nice moment between Johnny and his son. It was perfection. Miguel going off to Mexico City to find his dad. His dad apparently doesn't even know he exists, so that should be fun. Johnny said that he's going to go, make sure Miguel is safe, so he's probably going to be out. Not out of the picture, but they're probably next season, they're probably going to show Johnny and catching up with Miguel in Mexico and stuff like that, while Daniel and Chosen are training the kids. Meanwhile, we're probably going to see some revenge plot by Kreese. Might get paid out, early bail or something. So he's going to have his revenge on Silver. It's going to be a shit show. Seriously, going to be a shit show. With the revenge, at least. I also have a feeling that Miguel's father is not going to be a great guy. And Johnny's not going to take that too well. Johnny may or may not be arrested in Mexico for attempted murder. The guy can probably turn out to be this absolute fucking scumbag, and Johnny caring much about Miguel, he's not going to take too kindly to those words of whatever Miguel's father has to say. So we may also see Johnny get arrested in Mexico, but there's more character development. He loves Miguel like a son, and now he gets to treat him like a son, even though he already has a son. But I'm also looking forward to that whole Robbie and Johnny relationship growing, because for the past 3 fucking seasons, Robbie's been doing everything to blame his dad, like, oh, you did this, you did that. And then Robbie comes and shows weakness, and he says, I gotta stop blaming you, for everything. Like I said, they had a great moment, and I can't wait to see the dynamic of father and son come into play. Because I think the next season will definitely show a lot of more, not really be family oriented, because now we've got little Kenny, who is going to try to make Anthony's life hell. So Anthony's also going to turn to his dad, and his dad will also train him. But with Chosen, like I said, they're going to learn a whole shitload of things that they never would have learned with Daniel. There's so many things that Mr. Miyagi never taught Daniel that Chosen's uncle, Sato, taught him. Because, if you remember back to the second movie, that Sato, who is Mr. Miyagi's best friend, or was, they're both dead now, but Mr. Miyagi's father was also Sato's sensei as well. So normally it wouldn't have been taught to someone outside of the family, but because they were best friends, Mr. Miyagi's father agreed to teach Sato karate as well. And he passed on all that stuff to Chosen. So I know this is not part of the review, but I went to see when Cobra Kai started, because I can't even remember when it started, and I saw this. I'm just prepare for this, because ready. Why are you gonna ruin my video like this, Life? Why? I mean, it's not like I was going on to see, oh yeah, let's see how Betty White's doing. No, I wanted to see what year Cobra Kai came out, and I get smacked in the face with this. I get fucking crane kicked with this shit. Betty White, dead at 99. What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, this just ruins the entirety of this fucking review. Sorry, guys. Sorry to be the buzzkill, but one of the most OG fucking just badass women who, no matter what walk of life you see, like hardened thugs respect this fucking woman. That is how fucking OG this woman was. Thank you, Life. Thank you so much. And already the world's a bit less bright. Cobra Kai Season 5 better fucking come out soon.